Hello, everybody. Uh, Turgis, thank you for those gigantified emotes and the biddies. Balint, I know you're streaming right now and you can't hear me, but thank you for that. Uh, Thank you for those 100 biddies for starting off that hype train. Val, 12 months? 12 months sub? That's crazy. Get the heck out of here. Leave. Wee Val, thank you so much. Also, Sketchy, how are you? Welcome in. Uh, Gucci, congrats on being foist. Errant, how are you? I hope you're well. Virtue, same to you. How are you? Bado, good morning. Turgus, thank you again. He's been sub for a whole year. I haven't even used this site for a year. Gucci, you got some catching up to do. Not, not to be subbed to someone for a year, but just got to get that Twitch experience on your resume. It's very important to have Twitch experience on your resume as like a Twitch user, not even a streamer. Just like it's definitely on my resume. It's probably my favorite thing. Long time no see. Bado, pretty sure you were here Monday. I was here Monday, right? Took 2 days off. It was a complicated 2 days. Help, I've been adjusting shader parameters for like 3 hours straight. Why? Stop. Just stop. What happened these last few days? Tuesday was just a very rainy day, and my wife was home for the holiday. There was a holiday here, and we just had like a lazy rainy day inside, and just didn't stream. JB, how's it going? It's been 84 years. 84 years. Chapel. That's a lot. That's a lot. I made shiny normal mapped cards and a shader for fake lighting. That sounds pretty cool. I'd love to see that. And then what happened yesterday? Yesterday I was very busy. Yesterday I was just very busy. Day job went into overtime, and yeah, I just couldn't step away. Turgis, thank you again. Are you just trying to catch up to science on the bit leaderboard? What is that? Oh God. I don't like where that emote can go. I've been subbed for about 10, wait, 10 the power of 1 million years. I don't believe you. Turks. Slur. Soup. What's soup with you? Yeah, how y'all doing? Um, what else is new? I don't know. I'm tired. I'm always tired. I'm always tired. On Monday, I feel like I was gaining traction on actually getting like story figured out, but not really. Oh, Aaron, this looks great. That looks great. That looks great. I like that like brush metal look. Makes me feel like it's like a gold Amex, you know? It's got the nice shine through it. Looks good. Is there a significance to these golden cards, or are all the cards going to be like this now? Haven't been here in a while. Slur, it's okay. It's okay. Attendance is not mandatory. But yeah, it looks good. Now you need like some kind of bump map on this thing, so like maybe like a little highlight there, a little bulging out, or maybe that's just maybe it's like a burn-in. The brush metal is a normal map generated from noise, and the shiny part is fake light based on another texture. I can wobble around to make it feel like it's actually being lit. It looks cool. Yeah, I guess that's the way to do it, right? You don't want to actually use lights. You want like the perfect scenario. How could you, Booyah? I speak nothing but truth. Gucci, if that's true, if that's your version of the truth, then to each their own. I don't judge. Gonna lurk since it's midnight. I'm actually kind of sleepy. Slur, thank you for the lurk. You get yourself some rest. I don't ever blame you for not being here. I don't blame anyone ever for not being here. People need breaks. People need sleep. People move on with their lives. These things happen and it's fine. Hadouken, good morning. But yeah, on Friday, I feel like I was getting somewhere with the story. I got some stuff figured out that I liked. Kind of came up with a fun like life not lifespan, but just a fun reasoning behind one of the zones that I was having a hard time making because it just seemed so boring. But now I might start making this, but I think I should not open Unity again and keep going with story. I think that's the smart thing to do. If I keep going with story, maybe I'll like get closer to being happy with it and then start implementing it later. So where am I going to leave off? Where did I leave off exactly? I don't know why I have like two graphs right now, but these two graphs complement each other in a weird way, and I'm just going to keep going with the two graph setup. So like I have I guess this is like my actual story I will implement eventually, and these are my random sporadic notes with no flow, or not good flow. Is this spoilers? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not. Nothing's gonna be. It's not. I'm not telling a groundbreaking story. You know, I'm not telling you a crazy story that has twists and turns and. So, what am I spoiling? I don't know. I don't know what I'm spoiling. JK, yeah. Yeah, nobody should be worried about spoilers. I mean, if you want to play the game fresh, I don't see anyone here wanting to play the game fresh or caring. You're here to hang out, and that's preferable. So to get to this point, I'm trying to figure out this like so here's all my intro quests. This is where the game is right now. Tell Eugene that Stella will move in. Yep, you could do that. And then there's a town hall meeting where Stella moves in and we increase the population, and it's like, okay, we did it. We just need to keep this up. We need more people to move in. And then Carlos has an idea to help beautify the town. You're going to help him build some benches. I kind of have this area over here where it's like town improvements. And instead of making these like side quests, I'm just going to pepper all the town improvements into the story in some way, I think. Or I don't know. Here and there. Maybe I'll steal some and leave some on the side. Let's write a crazy side quest story, Game of Thrones style. No. No murder. No red weddings. All right. So then Carlos is going to suggest to build some benches, and then the next town hall meeting, we're going to learn some things. We're going to learn that Jarf joined the town hall, and or join the Chamber of Commerce. And it's because the big box company has moved into Timber Thicket. That's what I'm calling it. This new zone is going to be called Timber Thicket. It's going to be an area on the outskirts of the park. And actually, no. It's going to be part of the park, but because the park has been decommissioned as a park, they're allowed to be there. Like, for some reason, like, the national park has been downgraded to just like place with lots of trees. And this big box company is allowed to set up their camp, and it's going to be like like a makeshift uh, logging zone, I guess, where they have like these trailers, this giant industrial wood chipper, this fake tree set up with the with like the painted backdrop to make it look like they're actually planting trees and not just chopping them down. The road in is going to have a fence that says like "Do not enter." I'm not sure if I'm going to put barbed wire, but this is just for illustrative purposes. There might be a secret entrance from Paul's cabin, and that's how you like get in and sneak around at night or whenever. I don't know if it probably can't be at night because the game doesn't happen at night. I don't want to make like a certain situation where if you're doing this quest and you're in this zone, like nighttime doesn't happen. Maybe the game pauses. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so this zone has plans, and it's going to have two states. It's going to have this state where this big box BBCO is there. I need to come up with a different name because this one, BBCO and Jojo Mart, those are very similar names. It's like the cadence is exactly the same. I don't want to be the same. I don't want to be too similar. I always end up, it's like in my psyche to do it, but I'm trying not to. Cool. Mard, how are you? Okay, but yep, there's this one state, and then the next state is when they leave. When you somehow get them to leave, then it turns back into like a thicket. Well, then it's like a barren thicket, and you can plant trees there. And the magical property about this area, for some reason, is that trees grow super fast here. It's gonna be great. Nomad, how's it going? Welcome in. Leth, how are you? If you did an instance of being up all night for the quest, you could start the next day with no energy or low energy. I mean, sure, could. I mean, should I get rid of days completely? No, I can't. There's a reason why the day night cycle exists and why you can't stay up all night. There's like a not a limitation, but it's a crutch that I use so that every time the game starts, it's in the same spot, and it allows me to not care so much about a few things. Like I don't have to care about where you are in the game. I don't have to load you in that zone. There's just a lot of things I don't have to worry about, which help me as a dev. Leth, I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. I'm doing all right. So yeah, I want to get past this though. This is good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm just gonna kind of get past it. So during that meeting, we learned that Jarf joins the Chamber of Commerce. I think that this area. So Carlos needs help building more houses. We need help. We need people to move in. This actually is not going to be triggered by that town hall meeting. It's going to be triggered by this one. So I'm going to do a little of this. And then Jeff needs help restoring the park and the visitor center. This is kind of happening already. I'm not sure. This is confusing me. I don't really know what this means right now. It's not as thought out as the other things. And I'm going to get rid of this connection because I'm not sure what that means either. So So right now I have two trunks. I have two story trunks. And they should kind of converge. They should merge at some point, right? They should definitely merge. I don't want to have too many threads, you know. It's I think a nice nice linear story trunk is best. It's the least confusing. You know, maybe a spidering story that go like that splits and comes back and splits and comes back. Like maybe that like feels more natural, so the player doesn't feel like they're just completing one quest after the other and you know completing the game in such a linear fashion. Um, but I think that this will benefit. I think the splitting and coming back and forth. I think that'll feel good. So what is this? This is Melissa's diner. What is this? What does she want? Melissa wants to expand her diner. Anyone can cook. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Need ingredients to try new recipes. Need guests. Okay. When can that start? When can that start? It probably here as well. It doesn't need to be. Yeah, we're gonna put this back up here. And then what is this? This is yeah, this is this stuff. I don't this stuff's confusing me. It's not story related. What is this? Jeff discovers the park is losing its status. Jeff asks you to photograph things. Why did I make that two words? Photograph things. Photograph. Photograph. When does this happen? This happens after you clean up the park. Entering the forest, cleanup crew, shutterbug, and capture the wild. That's what this is. So this should go somewhere. Hmm. I gotta say, I've been having a hard time streaming lately. Uh, even the days that I'm here, it's kind of hard. It's difficult to throw the camera on. And it's not because I don't like streaming. And once I'm on, I love it. But I'm finding that the day to day is getting painful. Not incredibly painful. Like my life here is it's pretty nice, but it's just a lot of things in it that are difficult. All right, so we're gonna get the photographic evidence of their staged forest photos. And then what happens after that? So do they just create more conflict with all the other business owners and that's that? Do I string them all together? Does that just is that it? Is that the main conflict? Is this, you know, I can keep it small. This can just be it. And then once once you catch them, how do we get rid of them? How do I get rid of them? So I didn't set up any of my mod views. How's everyone? Shout out to Cyan Streams. Too kind to me. What is this? Oh, the timber farm opens up. So I already had this here, but now it's related to this. Somebody figured out. Too kind. He isn't even the leader in Turgus. If only life. If only we were judged by how many bits we've given to people. If only. Just me? Are you saying only I'm judged based on how many bits are given? Or only I judge people based on how many bits are given? Hmm. All right, I need to focus. This is yeah, story writing is it's not my forte. How do people just decide what random thing they'd like to happen in their stories? No, the world judges everyone based on the amount of bits given to me. I am clearly the nicest person in the world. Ridiculous. Soul. Soul, how's it going? What is in the background of that emote? Like it's a ferret waving, but what is the blue stuff? Is the rest of the ferrets, is it like a tube? Is it a ferret tube? It's tubes. Do I want to create bigger conflict? Do I care? Do I I need to look up what some other games do. I think I and I hate doing this, but uh I hate looking at Stardew Valley's story for reference, but it's the kind of story I like to tell. It's just clean and unobtrusive, and it's like still satisfying. Still satisfying. So where's like the quests? If I just look at all the quests, that should kind of be the whole story. So raising animals, feeding animals, explore the mines, explore deeper. There's a rat problem. Meet the wizard. So, yeah, this is just like teaching you how, all of the different mechanics. Forging, smelting, initiation, slay stuff, teach you combat. She just lost something. It's not really, these aren't like important to the story. I mean, these are all like just exercises in character development. These are not an overarching story. I guess once key shows up, things get different. Hmm. iHeart, good morning. Wow, 25 stream streak. That came out of nowhere. How are you? Yo, Grumble. See you in a couple of hours. Doxed. We've been doxed. Grumble's stalking me. Now I'm scared. Oh, dang. Virtue. Virtue. Putting all streaks to shame. That is quite the streak. Grumble. Go enjoy your day. Get off your phone. Where's this? Where's the... There's nothing really about Jojo Mart. It's just... Jojo Mart just goes away when the community center is done, and that's that. There's like there's no grand storytelling. It's just very subtle storytelling, which why do I have such a hard time doing that? Why can't I do that? I guess that's what it is. Like I'm defining Stardew Valley's story as that. Like that is the story. But people just define it their own ways. And that's the genius of it. And these quests are all just like, yeah, just get me a carrot. Yeah, get me a void essence. Yeah, get me a melon. Yeah, get me a hot pepper. Which is all fair. It's fine. I guess I'm trying to think a little deeper than that. Just a little. Tired from walking 15 miles every day. I'm sure. I'm sure you are. It's, a lot of people do a lot of walking here. People do so much walking here. It's just the neighborhoods are just so fun to walk through, and the sights, the sounds, the smells. Everything's just so interesting. Virtue couldn't let me have my moment. No. I have a similar problem when creating anything original. Yeah, like I have a hard time writing anything down because if it doesn't feel like interesting and new and fresh, why write it down? Like why do it? Nothing I think about, nothing I think of ever feels fresh and new and worth writing down, but I think a story also is the sum of its parts. A video game is the sum of its parts. So even if I put like a regular, bland, predictable story in my game, that doesn't mean the game's gonna suck. That doesn't mean that. Also, did everyone see the trailer for GTA 6? The new trailer that came out? That was I was very impressed. You know, I always knew I'd play GTA 6. Even when the teaser came out a couple months ago, I was just like, yeah, it's what it looks like. I'm sure it looks great, sure. But even this new trailer was like, okay, I'm just blown away by the visuals and the attention to detail, and you know, I was very impressed by it. I bring a notebook with me everywhere and just write down stuff when I have an idea. I should, I mean, I should throw a notebook in my pocket. I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere. I just sit here and try and think. I have a very hard time doing this stuff now. What if I work backwards? What if I work a little backwards too? Let me try that. So like, what does the end look like? What does the end look like? Perfect harmony, and they're gone. BBCo's gone. Right? BBCo leaves. So what happened? How do we get them to fully leave? Like, what is right before the conclusion? Right before they leave? By go places, I go drink. have great ideas. Drinky, drinky. All streaks are good streaks. You're doing good. Virtue's right. Also, all streaks are bad streaks. They're just little addictive numbers that you crave. Panda! Panda, how's it going? Thank you for the hydrate. Posture check. Thank you. Oh, we're going down. We're going down. I'm coming back. It's a dangerous setting on this chair. The ability to lean back almost flat. So this was, you know, this wasn't like enough to make them leave. This wasn't enough to make them leave. What would be enough to make them leave? And how can it involve either, how can the solution be related to your inn? How can your inn provide the solution to making them leave? What's the whole story so far? It's very simple. Big company trying to destroy small town, trying to chop down the forest. Big company needs to leave. We need to put some stuff in the middle. So maybe it's just about meeting the conditions. Maybe it's about meeting the conditions. One condition is have 4 new residents. How about 4 new residents is the condition? I say this because here we require 3 new residents. And one of these new residents is required to unlock 3 more new residents, so 6 in total. Maybe once you get 4, that's enough. Or maybe once you get 2, it's enough. Maybe once you get 2? Nah, let's just go with 4. Like, you gotta get this person to show up, to move in order to get these 3. So you just need one of those, and then the game could be finished. Have 4 new residents. We need to restore the status of the national forest. Restore national forest status. So what does that mean? Well, last time we were talking about 3 things. 3 things. Like, let's say there's a requirement for national status is just 3 interesting, unique things to this area. And the rare woodpecker that it only is on these redwoods. Some kind of thing in the cave that requires preserving. And whatever this ultra rich soil is that makes trees grow 10 times faster than normal, that's going to be the phenomenon. Like, that's going to be like the natural phenomenon that makes this park worth protecting. And those are the 3 things. Do they need to leave or lose? They need to leave. If they're just not there anymore, then we can have a nice clean zones with no gross bits. With your camera, you are able to prove there is an endangered plant or animal. Yeah. So I think that your camera levels up, or you can make upgrades to your camera. So I think once you have like the final-ish upgrade is when you can finally get this, maybe a picture of this rare woodpecker. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are going to be yet, but you know, the rare woodpecker is going to be the thing you need to photograph. Val, how's it going? Oh no, I think my Dougie just woke up from his nap and now he's chewing on his crate. Let me go stop that. He's so mad at me today. I gave him a bath. Why do dogs hate baths so much? Maybe they don't leave, but they change. Maybe. Change to what though? Oh, he's still chewing on it. I gotta spray it with something. Need to go do work meetings for a few hours. I hope you have a great stream. Thank you, iHeart. Enjoy your work. Hang tight. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Also, everyone, shout out to Val. So what was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? Yeah, I think I need them to leave. I don't know about them changing. I just don't have the maybe they could change. I don't have the creative juices right now to think like, "Oh, what can they change into? What can they do?" I'm sure there's something interesting there, but I got nothing right now. Hmm. And then the third and final, yeah, well, the third thing is to get them to leave is what is it? I mean, once you restore the national forest status and get more residents to move in, like you don't need anything else for them to leave. I guess you have to like thwart their endeavors. Like, is that the right term? Thwarting? Thwart. Prevent from accomplishing something. Yes. Ab, how's it going? So maybe, so this like, you know, planting fake trees in a fake forest and catching them. That's one thing. Maybe there's just like three things you need to thwart. Three thwarties. I was gonna say hi, Fallon. I almost typed hi, Booyak. Mr. Zombie, good morning. How are you? So maybe, yeah, let me think of like two more things. Two more things that we can thwart. Two more thwarties. So this is a thwarty. Thwarty number one. We're thwarting their credibility. that they are actually doing something nice for the environment. What are other ways to dismantle giant corporations? What is another thing that they could be trying to do in a devious way and we can catch them? All related to being in this area and running your inn. I just streamed some games, gonna get some dinner. Or gonna get sun. Wait. You're gonna get sun and some dinner. You're gonna get your son, you have a son, or you're gonna go be in the sun. And I'm gonna stream some game dev. Nice, Ab. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. I have a child, yes, and I'm gonna be getting him some dinner. I see. I see. Well, you enjoy your little family meal. That sounds nice. Introducing a mind-altering drug in the donuts that's making everyone want to buy BBCO stuff. Okay, I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at. I'm trying to think of instances where companies lost their credibility. Like, most recently, Unity, their credibility was lost when they decided to arbitrarily charge wacky fees that had no consistency. That was weird. These AI companies, their credibility is being lost as they as it comes out that they're using copywritten stuff. Augie, how's it going? What can a box company do? And it's box and storage. So what would a storage company do? Maybe it turns out that, you know, you're paying for a 12 by 12 room and it's only 11 and a half by 11 and a half. And that's an outrage. Twitter lost its rep when someone bought it and let people pay to win. That's interesting. So how can I do like referencing Twitter a little because it's easy. It's easy to hate Twitter. My head is 8 a.m. Need more cough. You sound like me in Aaron's stream at 6 in the morning today for me. Oh my God. I think I literally said it's too morning to type. Trying to find something not too dark, but also relatable. Yeah, let's just see. What do companies do to lose trust? I mean, I'm trying not to use ChatGPT and AI to like bounce ideas off of, but now when you Google something, it throws AI at you. Inconsistent actions, a focus on personal gains over shared success, withholding information, lying or misleading others, and having closed-minded approach. They also lose trust by failing to act on opt-outs, using data indiscreetly, not responding to customer feedback. Additionally, lack of transparency, poor communication, and avoiding accountability can erode trust. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Maybe it has something to do with the caves. Maybe there's like stone. They have these premium stone boxes for extra safety, and they're like illegally mining in the caves. But it's the same thing as before. you will be mining in the cave. So I can't really tell a story about this company illegally mining in the cave unless I like play with that and I make it funny. Maybe you're an employee of BBCO this whole time. You've just been cleaning up your messes. Unhinged morning buoy is great. I hate myself. I hate myself in the morning. I hate who I am. And you all have to deal with it. And I'm sorry. I literally roll out of bed. I grab my iced coffee, and you're all subject to my thoughtless uh thoughtless musings. I don't feel like doing anything. Augie, I'm with you now. I would try to be motivating when you come in here and say stuff like that, but I'm I'm with you now. I'm highly unmotivated. This is very difficult for me to do. I'm having a tough time. Ignoring customer feedback, poor communication. How can I use some of these data indiscretions? Oh, maybe like, oh, maybe they talk about how private their warehouses are, and how when you store something, we don't know what's in your storage. It's totally private. You do you. But maybe there's like a way to learn that they actually look through all your stuff for some weird reason. I don't know what the weird reason can be, but maybe there's just something. Maybe you have to like not sneak into uh maybe there's like a guest that comes to the inn that works there, and if you befriend him enough, they just like spill the beans and give you the information. What's this? Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe there's some information, like maybe there's some information that a guest can give up. Maybe the CEO. Maybe the CEO. Ooh, okay. I like this. I like this. The CEO of the company comes to stay at your inn when it reaches a certain threshold. And maybe the CEO uh, sees his company and it got out of hand. Maybe there's a board, and they're public, and his decisions just don't have any weight anymore, and all of this evil stuff that they do, he's just like, you know what, it's gotten too evil. I need out, but I don't actually have as much power as I used to. And he helps you bring down the company. The CEO of BBCO helps you bring down BBCO. Okay. I like this idea. Does anybody else like this idea? It's perfect, but also I've opened up my game and stared at it for 20 minutes. Don't then. Have a mental health day. Yes, agreed. They're storing stuff in the caves that is making the soil bad, killing the trees that they were planting. Zombie, I like that idea. If you're doing that, the CEO should be in disguise. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Like, maybe they don't reveal that they're the CEO until um something. I don't know. All right. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Um, okay, let me fill it. Let me fill it out. So now we require the CEO visits the inn in disguise. That means I think that the CEO should be a fancy fellow, uh, or madame, or whatever. So maybe you do need to level up your inn to a certain level. So level up inn to level, let's just say level 3. I don't even remember how many levels I have, but to tier 3. The inn, or the CEO visits the inn. Okay. So now what? Learn that the CEO disagrees with the direction of BBCO. I'm realizing now this is a lot like Final Fantasy VII, where the mayor of Midgar is just a puppet figurehead that sits in a tiny little office on like the storage floor. And that it's Shinra that really runs Midgar, which I'm okay with. So what could the CEO know to bring down the company that only you could do? Where is the mastery that you have that the CEO needs to shut it down? Maybe this does lead into like the idea that the company changes and that maybe you have the choice. Maybe you have the choice to make them change or make them leave. Only you can prevent forest fires. That's true, Munez. Nobody else. Only you. You better get out there with a bucket of water. Who are you? That's a great question. I don't know. Who are we? You're an inn. You run an inn. You've got a camera. You can fish. You know how to build stuff. You can craft stuff. These are the things that you can do. So using these tools, what's the solution? Let me think. What if you're an ex-employee? Maybe. Let's see how that works. But then why? It's not so much about like wanting to take down the company because you hate the company. It's more like they've moved into your new town, and you know you like this new town, and you're gonna help get rid of them. I feel like it should be a little more, or a little less direct. You know, you're still kind of like a speechless character where you provide the backstory and the personality. I mean, the player does have dialogue sometimes. It's very rare and it's very benign. What if it turns out the CEO is also your dad and he cuts off your hand? He cuts off your hand a little bit. Why would he do that? Harish, thank you for the streak. How are you? What does the company do? I'm still in the dark. They're a big box company. They make big boxes. They make big, beautiful boxes out of redwood trees. 100% fully natural, local, organic redwood boxes. No artificial food colorings. No artificial dyes. They're, they're the dream company, but they chop down redwood trees to make boxes, and they're a big box and storage company. I saw it in a movie once. Got me some deving to do while coffee starts to kick in. Peace, zombie. Enjoy your deving. I'm glad coffee kicked in. Coffee doesn't kick into me anymore. I don't get enough sleep where the effects of coffee bring me to a level of productivity. I think, yeah, I need to figure out how to get more sleep. I need to figure it out. I mean, the dog just needs to get older. I haven't done anything in a week. It's hard, Augie. It's hard. You were grooving for a bit. You seem to have tons of motivation. It comes and goes. It will come back. It will come back. I've said this before. I said this before you were working on that game, and then your motivation came back and you went to town on it. Now it's just the trough. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm in a valley. I'm in a valley. What if you, as a city dweller, move to a small town for relaxation, then feel the love of nature around you, but as time goes on, you realize the effects the company has on the national... Yeah, Chapel. That's exactly... you're describing exactly what the game is. I'm trying to figure out the very specific, very literal reason that the CEO needs your help to bring down this company once and for all, or maybe change them to be a good company. Maybe they'll use recycled paper now, and not chop down redwood forests. Maybe. I think it more has to do with what stage I'm at. You mean stage in game dev? Stage in life? Nah, you're good. You're good, JB. You're good, JB. It's funny when you say MB, that doesn't mean my bad to me. It's like that's a .mb is a Maya file, a Maya binary file. So in my head, you're just saying, yeah, I see. Maya file. Dev, yes. Are you in you're trying to figure out content, or are you trying to figure out the overall direction of your game? I have a feeling once I get through this story, once this top part of the graph connects with this new bottom part of the graph, I think I'll feel a lot better. But this middle part, I just don't like it. I don't like trying to come up with the middle part. Making models, editing the engine. I mean, yeah, that sounds crazy, editing the engine. I would try to avoid that. Live with the limitations for now. I want to do mechanics, but I already did everything. How many models do you need? How many creatures are you gonna have? Don't say 100. Don't even say 50. Screw limitations. I just need one creature and one character. That's a good start. Yes. Of course. Yeah, make one creature. I've seen your drawings. You can whip up these creatures so fast. I kind of like the idea that there isn't anything specific the CEO needs from you to take the company down a different path, and maybe you just inspire him to suck less. Aaron, you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head, because as I'm thinking about it, yeah, what why can't the CEO do something about it? What is it, like bringing something to the press? Is it, I don't know, just cooking the books and alerting the authorities, or just like something? And yeah, maybe the CEO not, they're not in disguise. They're, excuse me, they're not in disguise. They visit you as a pompous, you know, actual CEO, just expecting a good time or a luxurious experience. And as they experience your inn and you provide them with, uh, yeah, they're like the final boss guest. They stay for a really long time. You need to build up their friendship meter a lot. And it's almost like their friendship meter is their health. And you have to slowly chip away at it over the days. And then once you chip away at it, like boss defeated. Literally, boss defeated. They are the boss. And you have defeated them with kindness. You've killed them with kindness. Oh my God, I love it. I love all of the phrasing. Maybe the real boss was the friend we made along the way. Exactly. You already drew the sheets? Have you thought about not modeling them and just like going on Fiverr and hiring someone? Go on Fiverr, hire someone to make the models from your character sheets, and then because Fiverr is relatively inexpensive, whatever you get back, you can alter. So at least you have a starting point. And it won't cost you an arm and a leg. Just get the ball rolling. And then you could sit and wait for the models to be done while feeling low motivation. You can get stuff done while having no motivation. It's perfect. Just pay for it. All right. Let's see. This is good. This is good. Aaron, I like that. I think I'm going to go with something like that. All right. Or maybe you rig the ski slope such that the CEO crashes, falls off the mountain, and you take their clothing and you wear their clothing, and now you're the CEO. Or maybe you are the CEO. Maybe this whole time, the player is the CEO. And you had amnesia. You forgot. That was what happened last year while no motivation. Uh, voice actor was recording voices and stuff. I still burnt out after. Just steal the CEO's cell phone while he's staying at your inn, and just text the board, text the lawyer, dissolve it all. We're done. Send all the money to charity. That's funny. Fanny, Fanny, how's it going? Sent out a company-wide memo that the company's mission is helping raccoons now. I like that. This is good. This is good. Okay, I think the Just slowly chipping away, or building up the friendship meter, softening up the CEO, making the CEO fall in love with this town. That's the way. That's the way to go. Also, ads are starting right now. I'm gonna go get some water and take a small little break. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Welcome back from ads. All right, so learn CEO disagrees with the direction. So win over the CEO's heart and convince them. Uh, convince them to stop being evil. Honestly, any one of these could be the thing that ruins their plans, If you restore the national forest status, they can't log, so they have to leave. If you have 4 new residents, then they can't. Well, I guess this is different. Then they can't build their warehouse. And then this will just eventually like make them make them go, I guess. Like this would stop them in different ways, and then all 3 makes them leave. I don't know. Hmm. I'll at least connect this for now. It feels definitive. So once 2 of these are done, then that's connected. The restoring the national forest status is done vaguely by this. So maybe it's about, yeah, I guess it's going. So maybe it's about just capturing the photos. Like maybe once you capture those 3 photos, that's what you need. Also, Fanny Slam, thank you for the lurk. Hmm. Man, the dog is so beat. The dog is so beat. We went on 2 walks today. He got a bath. And yesterday was super active day. And he is just dead tired. I love it. I love a sleepy dog. Let me look at this again. So all these like little tiny quests. These are all time based. Interesting. So there's a quest in the mail, spring 2. And then I guess you have all month to do. No, not really. Spring 11, you get another thing. Spring 19. Is this every 7 days? Summer 3. No, because summer, this is the only summer quest. Fall. I know. Here's another summer. Wait, what? They're not in order. If I sort them by provided. So mail. Summer 3. I don't know. Summer 14. Wait, these are so out of order. What can I sort them by to not be crazy? There's no sort. Yeah, it looks like every 2 weeks, roughly. Here's one 5 days later, so summer 20, 25, 14. It looks like summer has 4. That's once a week. Year 2, year 2, year 2, year 2, year 2, year 2. Okay. So they just do it again. So these are just like cutesy little fetch quests. And the winter, this year 2 ones, they probably have some kind of consistency. So she's asking for fresh apricots. So fruits are hard to get year 1 unless you have like the fruit cave. Pufferfish. Pufferfish is not hard to get. But I think there's only very few scenarios where you can get them. Starfruit's hard to get. Kent wants a starfruit. Truffle oil is not that hard to get, but requires pigs, and then requires the oil machine, the extract, whatever. Fresh lobster, not hard to get. You can get that pretty fast. She's having a tough time. She wants a battery, I'm assuming. Yeah. Batteries, not hard to get. Winter year 2. So cooking sashimi, that's not hard to get, but you have to like unlock the recipe, which I don't remember how you do that. Winter year 2. Creating a staff. Why do I remember more in-depth story-related quests? Yeah, this one. Like, the wizard asked me to retrieve the magic ink from his ex-wife's house, but to gain access, I need a dark talisman. Enter the sewer and ask Krobus about the dark talisman. Railroad cutscene after completing the community center or Jojo. Speak to Krobus and then venture through the mutant bug lair to retrieve the talisman. Return to the cave. Yeah, this I remember. The reward, wizard buildings available. Dark shrines now accessible in Witch's Hut. What does that mean? I don't even remember. Raccoon quests. No, this is, what is this? Special orders. All right. I mean, this is fine to pepper in some of these that are just completely unrelated. Just to provide, like, character. Normally, I've never done, like, story-related stuff on stream before, but I'm realizing more and more that I just don't have time to do game dev any other moment of the day. This is the only time I can. I've been putting this off for so long. I just got to do it. I just got to buckle down and do it. And you all have to suffer. Yag, is this your card? Think of a number between 2 and 2, and then think of a suit. That is fire. This is your card, isn't it? Nailed it. Maybe, yeah, this is it. Let's just connect the dots. Let's just connect it up. If I make a short game, I make a short game. Whatever. Gotta stop dragging ass. I'll be in the same boat for making story. Wait, what? Story about their game? It's so nice to hear someone figure theirs out. Am I figuring anything out? I don't know. I don't know what I'm figuring out. This is also not good. Like, this is nothing to reference. This isn't how you write a story. And, like, I'm not doing a good job balancing, like, plot arcs. Not Bimbo Limbo. Welcome in. How are you? So get this. I watched YouTube Shorts and saw a video of one of my teachers from 21 years ago. I commented on the video. It was not his channel, but some random science channel. He then said hi to me in the comments. My mind is blown. That's crazy. Limbo, thank you for the follow. How's it going? But yeah, I don't think this is good storytelling. I think any good writer would be like, what are you doing? What are you even trying to say? I mean, yeah, I'm telling a very basic story about companies being evil and I don't know. Doing my best. A game developer, we're trying. Trying. The game is not you want to romance the turtle? Jeez. So how do we connect these dots? This is just level up to tier 3, so... And what does that mean for this? Maybe this is completely independent. Maybe this is completely independent, and... or maybe they won't leave unless this happens. Maybe they will not leave unless this happens. I don't know. So what's the point of this, like, catching them in the act of lying? Okay, how about all right, so how about this? The CEO doesn't show up to the inn. I needed to see the person who is threatening my company. Like that's there, done. Connect the dots. The dots have been connected. So this doesn't make them leave. It just like it just taunts the CEO to make the CEO visit. There we go. Problem solved. Boom. Smut, how's it going? You need different endings. Name the main character Bob. I can't do that. Do I have any Roberts or Bobs? No. Can't do Bob. That's like naming one of the characters John. You can't do that. It goes. I was wondering if I could ask you a quick question regarding getting your first game on stream or on Steam. What's wrong with John? Nothing's wrong with John. You just can't name your main character John. It's just not allowed. The CEO also trying to romance the bear. No, Durgus. Yeah, what's your question? I mean, I'm not the best person to ask because technically this game's not on Steam yet, but I have a Steam page. Give the game a unique concept. Limbo, that's very dangerous to give your video game a unique concept. I like to be completely unoriginal, completely just old hat. Make old hat. Old hat, hold a hat works. Why do you hate Johns? I don't hate Johns. I love Johns. There's a reason why when someone comes into the morgue and they don't have an identity, a known identity, their name is John. I wonder if you should be able to beat the game in less than a year. I don't see why not. I just signed up for Steamworks. They're doing my paperwork check at the moment, but what is the bare minimum required before you can put a game up for wishlisting? I'm kind of looking for a resource with a to-do list I can work from. But this is my first time trying this, so I'm asking around for folks who have done this already. So you're basically saying like, what do you need to put up your Steam page? I think you need at least like 5 beautiful, varied screenshots of your game in different states that show a variety of locations, concepts, game states, just whatever, a variety of screenshots at their near final state. And I think you need a trailer as well. I don't think you need a long, crazy, in-depth trailer. I think you need something between 30 seconds to a minute and a half that shows something. I don't, there's people that put up Steam pages without trailers, but, it's kind of risky. I think it's just difficult to get people hooked without some moving images. So I think you need a trailer, but it's not 100% necessary. You definitely need at least 5 good screenshots. You need a nice description of your game. I think it should be peppered with some GIFs or imagery that make the description look interesting. I think, and then you also need a short description, which is just a like really catchy 3 to 4 sentences. Why, like what is this game about? It should indicate genre. It should pique the player's interest. If whoever reads that short description should know exactly what your game is. So if your game is like a first-person shooter set in World War II, you probably want that to be indicated in your short description in some way. At least paired with the screenshots, it should be 100% obvious what your game is. And that's all you need. That's it. Some imagery and some words. Imagery and words. I don't think you need your screenshots to be the final game. I think you can update them over time. But they at least need to be clean and clear and pretty or interesting or whatever the aesthetic that you're going for. It should evoke that aesthetic. Like, it doesn't matter that the model for the table in that room was temp, but it shouldn't be a gray cube. It should definitely be a table. That's a general example, but make sure your assets make sense and whatever you're showing off. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give. And then cross your fingers and hope people want to play your game. Hope Steam shows your page. You never know. You never know what Steam's gonna do. That's exactly what I was looking for. Good. I think that if you can't provide I don't know what kind of game you're making. I have no idea. But if you can't provide a trailer with a lot of gameplay, the least you can do is move your camera around your environments with your player walking through it, or from the perspective of whatever game you're making. If you have environments, I don't even know if you have environments. You could be making like some kind of graphic novel that doesn't have 3D environments or 2D environments you can pan the camera through. But I would just do something to show motion and show your most interesting things. Kilika, how's it going? Good morning. Hope you're doing well today. I'm doing better now. おかげさまで元気です. I think what I just said is because of you, I'm doing great. Or I'm well. Or thanks to you, I'm doing well. Smut, no problem. Always feel free to ask questions here. I will do my best to provide whatever I know. It's not always good advice, but it is advice. All right. Where was I? I need to keep connecting these dots. So, restore the national forest status. We were tasked with... No, not this. Not this. We were tasked with cleaning up the forest, entering the caves, shutterbugging. Shutterbugging is the photos we have to take. Capturing the wild is a broader quest where we have to just photograph everything in the game, and it's kind of the collection system. Advice. No ads, please. Ads are a vice. Ads are also in Vice. Vice City. GTA 6. We're right back on GTA 6. Yag, how'd you do that? The term John Doe originated in 14th century English common law as a placeholder name in legal proceedings, particularly in a process known as an action of ejectment. The legal fiction involved a fictitious plaintiff, John Doe, who was purportedly evicted by another fictitious... Why did you have to give me a blurb with so many big words? You know I don't know how to read. Fictitious individual Richard Roe. This construct allowed courts to adjudicate complex land disputes without involving real parties, thereby simplifying the legal... That's a lot of words, right? What the hell is adjudicate? Come on, man. English, please. Yeah, seriously, Turgis. Send that in English. Don't send it in whatever language that's in. All right, so I need to connect these dots. We need to discover the phenomenon that makes this forest worth saving. So capture the wild. So maybe when capture the wild starts and entering the caves, maybe after you've entered the caves and after you've started capturing the wild, because capture the wild is a little open-ended. Jeff does some research on how to reinstate. Jeff researches how to get the status back. And then I'll write a little footnote. Jeff discovers that to become a national forest, you need 3 unique features only present in this area of the world. Adjudicate past judgment. The real big question is simplifying the legal process. Big doubt on that one. That paragraph was so difficult for me to read, I retained none of it. I have no idea what I even read. I remember Richard Roe and John Doe and fake names that court gives those parties. That's what happens to me when I read a complicated book, like from a writer that is just too smart for me. I don't retain it and I stop reading it. Like, I tried reading a Tom Robbins book. My wife loves Tom Robbins. He has very quirky titles. I like quirky. Let me give it a try. Tom Robbins is very wordy, and he's got a flair of the English language that I can't keep up with. Like, I literally don't have enough RAM in my head to understand what's going on. And then, you know, the vocabulary is just out of my league. I'm just a moron, you know. I'm just a moron that doesn't understand the vocabulary and can't keep everything, just can't keep track of it. I think I read like 10 pages. I'm like, I can't read this. I told my wife, I'm like, I'm sorry, I cannot read this. I am not this smart. You might have thought I was smart, but I am not. Did you just ask ChatGPT to translate this to easier words? Retain. That's a legal term. Good job. The name John Doe started a long time ago in England. When courts had to figure out who owned land, they sometimes used pretend names instead of real people's names to make things simpler. John Doe was a made-up person who pretended someone named Richard Roe took his land. Using these pretend names helped the court solve problems without involving... Like, yeah, that was so much easier to read. Downloadmoreram.com. Don't click that link. Turkus, did you translate that, or did you have an AI downgrade that for me? Because that I understood. I understood that. The legal SAT words that are used, unnecessary. It's just a way to exclude and confuse. It's almost time for Booyah's LSAT. Yeah. I wonder how I'd do if I like tried to become one of the... If I tried to do like one of these difficult jobs. I don't know if there's any doctors or lawyers out there, but it seems very difficult. I'm not smart enough to do those jobs. I don't think so. I can do this. I can make bullshit up. No, I can't even make bullshit up. I'm like having a hard time even doing that. I can model. That's what I can do. I can model. I'm trying to extrapolate a new career out of my ability to model. I prompted ChatGPT to say this in simple terms for a 10-year-old. Perfect. I didn't know Booyah hit his 10th already. What a big boy. What a big boy. I'm a big boy. I've got this like bad habit of like just calling the dog a baby. You're such a baby. Such a little baby dog. And it would have grossed me out like 15 years ago when I first got my other dog to call it a baby. But now, whatever. He is a baby. My other dog wasn't a baby. This dog's a freaking baby. He whines, he cries, he's stubborn. My last dog was not a baby. Yo, Bart, thank you for the 5-stream streak. You're making games. It needs like infinite number of skills to do. I wouldn't say infinite. It needs like 3. From what I know, they also have dictionaries of the hard words they use and don't really remember them. That's amazing. We do the same, and instead of saying baby, we say big fat potato. Well, yeah, I've been saying I call him a nugget, and he's just all butt. So sometimes I'll call him a butt nugget, and my wife's just like, "That's disgusting. Please stop calling our dog a butt nugget." And then I'm like, "What if I call it a nugget butt?" And she's like, it's still not good, but I'll take it. But I do call him like a big fat moron baby. Like I'm pretty aggressive with the put downs. And my wife gets so upset. I'm just like, he doesn't understand. I'm saying it so nice. Why can't I put down my dog? Why can't I call him a big fat stupid moron baby? I should be able to call my dog that in a nice voice. Fizzbuzz, how are you? Yeah, that's the face he makes. Does it look shocked? Does that emote look shocked? Do I need to rename that emote? I jokingly insult my dog all the time, and wife thinks I'm mean as if he understands me. Yeah, same. It's still early. Wow, it's only 5. Nice. I have to write this email. I can finish it after stream. I'm almost done. This is almost done. This is good. I think I need to just finesse like I need to nuance it. Like some of these are a little like bash you over the head. Like yeah, this and this and this happens. But I think like this bubble needs to be nuanced, and it could be like broken out into multiple bubbles, like different quests. But I'll get to that later. I just need to connect the dots. I just need to connect this last dot. So Jeff researches how to get the status back. And what do we need? We learn of a rare. Let's see, learn of a rare woodpecker only found in this region. Maybe you learn this from a guest. Learn from a guest? Question mark. Ani! Fun fact. Cats are more likely to understand you than dogs are. Cats can typically learn the vocabulary of a 5 to 10-year-old human. Dogs are lucky to get 3 to 5-year-old vocabulary. That's crazy. Well, I'm going to teach my dog to think that calling him a big, fat, stupid moron baby is a good thing. It's time to get pizza and play games. Oh, why did you mention food? I am so hungry. I'm so hungry. Well, stream's over now because I want pizza. How are you, Ani? Is that new? Is that Jesse emote new? Oh, that's not you. That's a cool one, though. Learn of a rare woodpecker. Maybe it's a woodpecker called a pudwecker. Pudwecker. Is that gross? Is that dirty in some way? A pudwecker? It sounds really gross. They absolutely understand some context too. I taught my auntie's cat that baby talk meant I was mocking her, and she would growl at me if I called her a pretty princess. All right, Ani, maybe I'll stop. Maybe all of our significant others' instincts to not berate our animals is correct, and we're just a bunch of stupid guys trying to be funny and letting out some frustrations that we shouldn't on our animals, and we're being mean. Fine. Nah, go ahead, see what happens. I'm doing my best with them. We had a decent walk today. I took him out on a walk in the morning. It was a little below average. It wasn't our best walk. He was kind of a piece of shit. But then I went out and I took him. I gave him a bath, and then I tried to dry him as best I can. But corgis, I don't know if anyone knows about corgi fur. It's basically a towel. Corgis are towels. They are ShamWows. They are 100% absorbent, and they do not let the moisture go. I even blow dried them for like 10 minutes. That does nothing. So the only way to dry them is to basically walk them in the sun. And we had a decent walk. He made it all the way around the block in like less than 45 minutes, which if I'm comparing that to the last time I tried to walk around the block, yeah, 45 minutes to walk around one block. It was crazy. It should only take 4. My cat definitely knows. Whenever I play insult her, she looks at me like she's going to murder me. She probably will. Usually they love you too much to care if you gently harass them, to be honest. Dogs, especially humans, are their whole world. That's true. Yeah, 45 minutes. How was there another ad break? Was that really 45 minutes ago that I got up and got water? That seems insane. I don't buy it. Ani, thank you. Oh, I need to chug that. My wife ordered Jimmy John's for delivery and they messed up the order. She calls them and the guy's solution was that they make a new sandwich. She comes to the store to pick it up. This is after we already paid and tipped for delivery. I was angry and then called them back and explained how their math does not math. Jimmy John's, isn't Jimmy John's like a... It's not like... Oh no, Jimmy Dean's. I'm thinking of Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage. Like you ordered frozen breakfast sausage for a meal? Also, did this just happen? Isn't it like 4 in the morning? Do you have a 24/7 Jimmy John's? She's so cute when murdering. Yeah, aren't cats cute? Should I have gotten a cat? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like I feel like rolling the die is more dangerous with a cat than with a dog in terms of like getting uh, a bad cat. Like if you get a bad dog, I feel like you can train it out of them. But if you get like a bad cat, I don't know. Maybe it might be hard. Maybe it's a little harder to train it out of them. Also run ads, so. It's 3 in the morning. This did not just happen, but you started talking about food, and apparently I'm still very angry. The cat has to show up at your house somewhere out there. A cat is asking, "Should I get a booyah?" Simon Knott, how's it going? Welcome in. We're in ads. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll wait. I'll wait till ads are over to say hello. Code Rad. Twitch Turbo, I'm okay. Oh, there's that little icon. Well, welcome in. You can train a kitten too. I know Ani is going to come back and say the same thing. You can train a kitten. I see Finn training his kitten. It just looks way harder. Looks way harder. I want low effort. I don't know why I got a corgi. If I wanted low effort, I already know corgis are psycho. Code Rad, how the hell are you? Are you in ads? I trained my elder cat to give paw for snacks. It's easier to train a cat if they're food motivated, right? I've never had a bad dog. I mean, my first dog was like wild, and it's because he was poorly trained. And it just to me, like you can just always train a dog. You can always train a dog. It's you're doing well. How's it going here? It's going okay. I'm at a slow pace right now. Game dev it was already slow. You know, I already only get 3 to 4 hours a day if I'm lucky. But lately, I'm at like 30 minutes to an hour. Even though I've been streaming for the past I've been streaming for the past 2 hours. My pace is just crazy slow. Right now I'm doing story. I'm trying to so this is the beginning of my story and this is the end of my story. I'm trying to fill in all of the holes so I can finally start working on something else and maybe implementing the story and working on the economy and working on all the different items that I want to make. So I'm trying to knock out this story push. Duck Economics, how's it going? Fill those holes. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I have 3. 2 are kittens, and you can tip them upside down and stuff. Third was an old rescue one, and we're all scared to pick her up. Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of. It's just like it's just an animal that doesn't let you just totally smother them. I'm a very hands-on kind of dog owner. Uh I love to like constantly pet the dog, smother him, play with him, wrestle with him. I just need a dog that's like good with that. And most dogs are. And I know like cats are like 50-50. I don't have much free time these days, so it's slowed down for me as well. How's it going? Everyone, if you don't know Code Rad, make sure to give Code Rad a follow. Check out Rogue Blight, give it a wish list. Play the demo. Is the demo still available? The demo is very good. I recommend everyone play the demo. It's basically a 2D Souls-like roguelike. Souls-like roguelike. It's really good. Yo, D-Boy. How are you? Demo's still there. Nice. Have you considered getting rid of your demo? I've considered getting rid of my demo. But nowadays, I basically use the demo to submit to festivals. Like, I don't give Steam keys anymore because I don't like keep a working build on Steam. I just give people the demo. It's like, here you go. You can play that. So it's kind of convenient. Yeah, it's still available. I'm going to invest some time in sleeping. Aaron, have a good night. Thank you for the company. Also, everyone, shout out to Aaron. Aaron's a wonderful Godot dev making a Balatro tower defense fusion. It's very fun. I played the playtest. No demo, but I played the playtest. Very fun. Makes me want to play Balatro, but no, not gonna. I'm only gonna play Aaron's game. Still getting wishlists for demos, so not yet. Nice. I might take it down a couple of weeks before Steam Next Fest and make an improved build for it. You're in Next Fest? You're coming up? That's exciting. Still quite a way. Oh, okay. When's the next one? June? I never met a cat that I couldn't win over within a week without food. The bulk of the issues I've witnessed were humans misunderstanding or pushing boundaries, not the cat misbehaving. Yeah, I mean, my views are completely ignorant, so I've had dogs. I've never had a cat. I like cats. I've had people in my life that had cats and I liked their cats. I'm just a dog person. I just have to. I can't have a cat. I have to have a dog. You're in Next Fest too. Oh man, that's awesome. June, nice. You should update the demo of the ski game. I didn't want to release that yet because it's still unfinished. Like right now, you just like walk up to skis that are sitting there and use them. I need to incorporate it into the game a little better. Pelly, how are you? Looks like Europe's waking up. Good morning, Europe. My older one will walk up to you, rub her butt on you, headbutt your leg. Then if you pet in front of the tail, she bites you. You can pet between the ears all you want, though. It's so particular. So particular. Maybe just cats have more boundaries than dogs. Dogs have boundaries for sure. There are dogs with huge boundaries. But I feel like cats innately have more boundaries more often. Happy to be proven wrong. My family raised dogs, and now I raise cats. I also did behavioral training for snakes and other reptiles. That's so bizarre. The things that you drip feed us about your life, Ani, it's amazing. Where are you based? I live in Tokyo. Cats definitely have like invisible tripwires you don't realize you're violating. Yeah. Yeah, I remember like my ex's cat. It used to really like me, but it was like, oh yeah, you pet it there. Yeah, you shouldn't pet it there. It's like, well, it's just like its left shoulder. It likes being pet on its right shoulder. D-boy, you knew this. You knew this. No, maybe you didn't know this. Isn't it in my description? Do you guys even read the about? Is it in there? Actually, I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've stopped talking about it. I used to talk about it too much, and then Crazy Mike made me feel guilty about it. Oh God, honey. Oh, it's probably a reason the cat doesn't want to be pet there, even if it's just a sore hip or something. Turgis, have a good night. Yeah, every once in a while, you're just like, drip, think about my life. Very, very interesting. Who reads the about? I do. It's not there. Whoops. I want to go to Tokyo so bad. Yeah, it's nice here. It's nice here. Fun fact, tonight I'm going to go get drinks with Grumble. So I might end stream a little early to do so. Shout out to Grumble. Did you see Bobby Lee and Concerned Ape podcast? No, but my buddy Steven sent it to me. I didn't watch it yet. Is it good? I'm huge into manga. Yo, come to Tokyo. It's just a place you can visit. It's nothing special. Grumble's there. Yeah, he's here. I know so many things now. So many things that I can't say. I know how tall he is. Did you know that Grumble has a height that is a specific number? And it was a different number than I thought it was. I thought it was a certain number. Like I thought it was like here. And then I learned that it's like not here. It's somewhere else. Blew my mind. It totally blew my mind. Grumble has a corporal form. Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious. Okay, I gotta watch it. Every once in a while, there's like tons of Concerned Apes stuff in the media. You know, he seems to be like around doing interviews right now. And I like to keep track. I like to keep track of what he's doing. He's like, he's like my aspirational I don't expect to sell like hundreds of millions of copies of my game, but just the fact that the kind of game he made and the kind of game I'm making have some similarities. I like to see what he's up to. Take inspiration when I can. All right. Story. So, Jeff researches how to get the status back of the national park. 3 phenomena that only exist in this park. Thing number 1, learn of a rare woodpecker only found in this region. Maybe we learn from a guest. Thank you, honey. Thing number 2, something in the cave. I don't like the idea I have, but like the roots of the redwoods in the caves reach into the caves where a unique glowing worm, I don't know, unique insect thrives, lives, whatever. I hate this idea. I don't like it. I think it's not like interesting, but it's all I can think of right now for the caves. If anyone has an idea of why the caves are so special, maybe they're the habitat of like a bear that's, I don't know, not like a maybe it's a non-threatening, like non-violent bear. Maybe there's a bear down there that is okay with humans or something. All right, I'll make a bunch. So I'm gonna just spitball for a minute. A non-threatening bear lives in the caves. maybe it's something about like the cave's diet or the bear's diet that makes it not like feel threatened or something. It's an abandoned hideout. So these are things that would make this region special, which would force it to be a national park. So a national park, to be a national park, it needs to have special attributes only found in this area. So so when I say what's something unique about the caves, it's like what's in the cave that would make this area so special that this is worthy of being a national treasure, preserved. I love making small content like that. Making systems is soul draining for me. I like making systems. Coming up with this story stuff is soul draining. This is soul draining for me. I'm having a really hard time uh, expressing myself creatively through storytelling. I just can't do it. I have such a hard time. We are opposite. Interesting. I wish someone would just do this for me, you know? Like there was like nothing better than like, ooh, I'm gonna start working on this fresh new gameplay system. Let's do it. Like I'm ready. I love that. Uh, this figuring out like what story do I want to tell, what emotions do I want the player to feel. Like, listen, I'm not your keeper. I don't like to manipulate you. I don't want you to feel anything specifically. I don't have an agenda. So the idea of storytelling to me is difficult. I don't want you to like, and honestly, the media that I consume, I've curated it to the point where it's only nice things. Like if it's like a pure thriller, it's out. If it's a pure drama, it's mostly out. It's just very difficult for me to consume stuff that makes me feel bad or uncomfortable or scared. So the idea of me making content that is like engaging and has depth to it, it's just, I hate it. Uh, Brinitiative, how's it going? Did the player have fun or not? I mean, yeah, for a video game, the story is irrelevant. You know, the player just has to have fun. But I think, I think story plays a big part in how players of games engage with the fun. I think a good story can make a mediocre game fun. And I'm trying to have the best story I can. It's just so hard. Sasquatch lives in the cave. I mean, the idea of a mythical creature that lives in the cave, and maybe you can get a photo of it. It's interesting. Maybe there's like dolphins in some underground lake. Like maybe there's an underground lake where there's like blind albino dolphins. That's kind of cool. That's giving me vibes of like Animal Well. Like I'm picturing like those areas of Animal Well where there's like tons of echo and the creatures in the water are like breaching and making splashing noises, and I feel like that can be a really cool scene. Like that can be a really fun zone to discover. It's like this big underground lake where this rare, maybe it's like a glowing dolphin. Maybe it like glows in the dark. I don't like doing overall story, but I like creating items. Small quests is fun. Yeah, I don't know. Creating items is fun for me. Anything story related is just difficult. I think for non-story games, the characters themselves are what make the story. Yeah, I agree. Having good characters definitely can make you want to hang out in that world, even if there's nothing crazy going on around you. I like the Sasquatch idea. Eklo the dolphin. Exactly, Simon. I skipped the story. I know you do. I watched you do it. But that's fair. That's totally fine. I at least need the story to provide a stage for the quests to have interesting mechanics. So I think that a lot of this writing is just a way to make the player do things. And I think a more interesting story will make the player do more interesting things. And, you know, obviously I'm trying to cater to all the mechanics I have in the game. So it is like this ridiculous jigsaw puzzle. I can't just make anything. Like I wanted the character to sneak around at, you know, 3 a.m. and like do some kind of sneaking quest, but I don't have a mechanic for staying up past midnight without, I mean, not breaking the game, but it would just be a pain in the ass. I'd have to like code something special for that. And I don't want to do that. So now I can't tell that kind of story. So it is, I mean, it's nice to have limitations, but can't just do anything. Sometimes I want to. That moment when you spend tens of hours on a cutscene and a majority of players skip it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been designing this whole game as like something very skippable. I don't put like quest markers that tell you where to run. But you know, I am trying my best, which it's very difficult to do. I'm trying my best to just make it so if you read zero dialogue, can you play this game? And there's a few things I have in the dialogue that make it impossible. And I need to pull them out and like make sure that the quest description has all of that important information in it. Maybe these redwoods themselves are unique. Like maybe the tree is worth, maybe the tree itself. So here's some, if you're like new here, this forest is, it has redwoods in it, but maybe they're not redwoods. Maybe they're something new. Maybe they're like a new tree, like green giants. Like maybe they're called green giants. Wait, no, that's like the vegetable guy. I just realized your localization will be rough. You have so much text. Yeah. I have like 8,000 words right now. Greenwood. Greenwood's green. That's the name of the like one of the asset packs that I bought when I started this game, just to like get some terrain and some basic foliage. I bought the Greenwood Fantasy Pack. I kind of like the green. I kind of like the, no, maybe red giants. Maybe they're called red giants and not redwood trees. Red giants. They're like the size. They're the height of a redwood with the girth of a sequoia. If there's no voice acting, I definitely skip. But there's ways you can get me to still read it though. I do try. I do have a rule where I try never to put more than one sentence on a text bubble. I feel like if I keep the amount of text visible on screen as little as possible, people will be more inclined to read it. I think that games that fill up a text bubble with like a paragraph, that's when people are gonna glaze over and be like, I don't have time for this. So that is my one rule. I learned that from Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer, incredible game. Basically every sentence is a new chat bubble. Every single sentence. I read all of it. I read all of it and I was happy to read it. Very happy to read it. And then I played a couple of other games that they don't hold back. The characters just don't stop talking. And they're very wordy, and they're trying to like show character by the characters like over talking. They just talk too much. And then I was just like not interested. Red Rockets, that's pretty good. I like Red Rockets. Although no, we can't call them Red Rockets. It's terrible. You had me for a second. Examples being Dave the Diver, Animal Crossing. Yeah. If you got other things moving on screen, it adds a lot. Yeah, Dave the Diver also has short bursts of text. They'll go on. Like the characters will talk a lot. But the amount that is on screen at once is digestible. That's a good example. All right, and what's the third thing? The third thing is the ultra rich soil that makes trees grow larger and faster. Yeah. So I wanted to have like so I have like all these different kinds of trees in the game, and they have different states. They have like the infant state, they have the uh, some kind of middle state. I forgot what I even call them. Young state. It's infant, young, and prime tree. And I think when you plant a tree in this certain section of the forest, there's going to be like this super grand state where the tree grows even bigger. And if you chop it down, you get like special stuff. And this phenomenon is going to be the third thing that makes this area special. So how do we discover that? Well, we need this to happen. We need this to happen. Perfect. I was wondering how I'm going to incorporate this besides just this arbitrary connection. Okay, perfect. So you need to unlock the timber thicket. The timber thicket is unlocked here. Unlock timber thicket. I don't know how yet, but this is how we do it. Like I don't know if there's going to be another quest to unlock it or you're just given it. That's actually the first game I ever read all the dialogue without voice acting. Which one, Dave the Diver? Animal Crossing, I mean, I only played it for like one day. But I read all the dialogue in Animal Crossing on, because I just was so confused and I didn't want to miss anything. Like I didn't know how to play. I've never played in Animal Crossing in the past. And it felt like a very new experience that I thought that I would miss very important information if I skipped the text. Also, I was kind of playing for research. I wanted to see if there's like parallels I can make to my game and like use as reference, but I don't like Animal Crossing as reference for me. It's not the right game. So maybe what happens is once we get to this, we get the quest that's like learn about the forest, and then other places in the game teach us about these things. So like these should be like broken dotted lines. I mean, I guess like this, once this quest is active, I can have this guest show up to teach you. So it's not really a broken dotted line. It's more of a conceptually broken line. Like to the player, it will feel disconnected. It won't feel like one quest leading to another. It'll resemble like a coincidence, like a happy coincidence, which I think that's really cool when when it doesn't feel like the quests feed into each other, but as you play, the natural progression of the game, like stuff unfolds as a coincidence. I think that's a good place to live. What percent have I finished? I think I'm like 70% finished. I think. I think the last 30% is polish, content, like hooking up all the story content and making more items and decorations that you can put in your inn and balancing the economy. I have a thingy. I have a schedule. Let me look at it. Where is this? Oh, this is my demo schedule. That's not the right project. Release roadmap. So here's my roadmap currently. New mechanics. So this roadmap is not properly scheduled. I did create most of the new zones that I need. I just need a few more. Right now, I'm in the middle of story development. It's possible that I'm almost done with it. So maybe by the end of next week, I can have the story figured out. The dialogue writing, I'm not sure I'm gonna write the dialogue all in one go. I might free flow it a little where I make the quest and then I just spitball just like real quick dialogue on the fly. I'm not sure. It's gonna take me a long time, I feel like. And this story quest implementation, I'm wondering if I need to do that before. Yeah, I need to do that before asset creation. Also, can I move these up? I can. Okay, good. 4% of content is finished. I would say like 10%. 10% of content's finished. Like my systems are in place. I just need to build the game around it. The last big piece of content I needed are the festivals. Maybe my game doesn't have festivals. No, I should have a few. I think I just planned too many festivals. I have like 12 festivals planned. I think what I do is I drop it back to one per season and just pick the best ones. And if I have time, I can add new festivals later. But yeah, I'm trying to release the game by, what is this? This is October. Yeah, by December, I'm trying to be done. Pablo, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm trying to finish by December, but I think it's going to be more like January, February. I think it's going to push into 2026. But oh God. Yeah, I just need to finish by June 6th. I turned 40 on June 6th. This game, 100% has to be done before I turn 40. 100%. If I go past that, I'm done. And I'm too irresponsible to be making video games. Wow, I can't believe this is when I started. Oh my God, it's been how long? September, October. It's been 7 months. It's been 7 months since I started making this plan. All I've been doing is pushing everything. Like I haven't finished any of these. It's pathetic. What age when I started? I don't remember. 2020. Started in 2020, so I was started right after my birthday, so 34. I was 34 years old when I started this. That's too long. That's too long. Oh man. You turn around and then in a quick second you turn around and you've been wasting your time following your stupid dreams. Never follow your dreams. Your dreams will lead you astray. No, I'm kidding. I'm very thankful for starting this project. It's provided me with a lot of like purpose, even though, it's just a video game, but I have so much fun making it that I feel like I have purpose. Yeah, it's make believe purpose. Nobody needs this game. But I don't know. It just it tricked my brain into thinking I got purpose. We started the same year. I started in August of 2020. Yeah, you started 1 month after me. Are we similar? Are we of similar age? You seem a little younger than me. I don't know. I just feel old. You started when you were 29, dang. So you're ending where I started. Yeah. Yeah, my birthday's 1 month from 2 days ago. Oh man, they come quick. These birthdays come so quick. How is it already May? No. No. Killica, aren't you heading over to this side of the world soon? 5 years blew so fast. They go so fast. All right, we're so close. We're so close. Um, so the cave. So what's significant about the cave? Do I just get rid of the cave? This cave is causing me issues. August 20th. Nice. That's pretty soon. Man, you're coming in the dead center of summer. You're coming in the hottest time. I hope you're okay with heat. Just make sure to drink a lot of water and wear your flowiest of clothing. You don't want anything touching your body. Cave could have bats that give you fruits. It does have bats. I do have bats in the caves, but they don't give you anything. They just fly around and like to get their pictures taken. Maybe it's not so. Maybe it's not so much about like finding one species. Maybe okay. Maybe it's about finding enough species. Like oh, there's like 6 animals that live in this cave. This is really significant. And maybe outside the caves in the forest, it's like oh, there's like 10 animals that live in this forest. Like the amount of biodiversity is so thick. That's what makes this such a significant place. Like maybe it's not about the one. Maybe it's a hunt for as many as you can get. And once you get a certain amount, it's like, all right, we reached the threshold. We've collected a certain amount of cave dwellers and of land dwellers, and we have this like this like crazy soil. Maybe that's it. It's not about one. It's about all of them. How much cave have you made so far? I mean, I made a procedural cave system where it's infinite, but it's like boring infinite. It's just like different variations of the same cave with random entrances and exits and different creatures that live in each level and different resources found at each level. So the deeper you go, you find rarer materials. But visually, it's not. Visually, it's all the same. So I theoretically need to make more cave. I look forward to melting in the city. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I mean, just try not to let it get to you. All right, I like this better. I like this better. It's not about just like this one rare bird. It's about all of them. Or maybe it's like a few, like maybe if you find a deer that doesn't get added to like the rare animal count. But there's like a bunch of other rare animals and different ways to get them to appear and photograph them. And it's the rare ones that you need. Like maybe you need like a certain amount of rare creatures. Okay. I like this more. All right. So it's not. So the woodpecker is just one. So collect a certain amount of rare creature photographs. Or, no, I mean, discover a certain amount of rare creatures. You know, maybe it's not always by photograph. Maybe there's other ways to discover a creature. And like the woodpecker is just one. Uh, and like yeah, and then this, you know, the roots are just another. I mean, it's flora, fauna, and beauty. You know, these are the three things that make up like a forest or like some kind of area of nature. So we have the fauna. This is the fauna. This is the beauty, or this is like I don't know. This is just some natural phenomenon. Maybe I need some rare plants. Rare plants. Uh, what does that even mean? Like having to protect rare plants. Well, there is a hard to get to zone that I haven't made yet, which is the island in the middle of the lake. Maybe there's rare plants there and just getting to that island's hard. Hmm. I remember in one game there was this plant that was making noise. I think that's a cool idea for a unique plant. That's interesting. Like some kind of live plant. I mean, yeah, all plants are alive, but some kind of plant that exhibits weird mystical behaviors, like a glowing noise. Oh, so it wasn't like that the plant was weird and made like clicking noises. It was just like so magical that when you walked near it, it had like a glowing aura noise. I like the idea that like maybe there's some bioluminescent flowers that grow only like one day a year. Like one day a year. And you need to capture them on that day, or maybe it's like a week. Maybe you have a week to capture these flowers, and if you don't, what does that mean? You got to play the game for a whole another year. I'd have to make it really easy. In Stardew, it's so easy to not do apple trees, for example, in the first month, and then you have to play one extra year to complete the community center. It's true. It's true. Actually, I think it's impossible because it takes 28 days to grow the tree. You can't grow the spring tree right away. You'd have to plant it on day one. And you can't afford it for a while. I think but then yeah, then you have to do the fruit bats, and you have to somehow get to the bottom of the caves to get the mushrooms you need. Right? Yeah, there's something like that. I think there's like a checkbox when you start playing Stardew Valley that's like completable on year one, which makes it easier. I forget how. You could do it first year, but you have to do everything perfect. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't want to do anything like that that makes the player have to play another year. So that's not a great. I mean, I like the idea of it. Maybe if you miss it, there's like one of your guests has a photo of it. Like, you missed it. Maybe I'll give you my photo, but I better have a really good time at this inn, and if I want to share this special photo with you, I don't love that, but it would provide some like the interesting gameplay of like having to do this in this limited time. It's not impossible. The fairy can increase growth on a random plant. Also, you can use the greenhouse to get the trees. There's a fairy? Oh, like the fairy that comes in the middle of the night? Isn't that totally random? Yeah. Maybe a guest is a photographer selling prints. Yeah. Yeah. Like if you miss it, you buy a print. Uh, maybe. It would be cool for optional stuff that's rare. Yeah, I don't mind having it in the game. I just don't want it to be vital to completing the game. So maybe it's something that's there all year, or not all year, but like at least like one season, one entire season. Or 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 it's like once a month. Maybe once a month the flower grows for like 3 days. So you don't have to wait a whole year. It's just like once a month. But even that's a long time. I don't know. But I do know that I need to wrap up, and we're going to find someone to raid. I think I got some good work done today. Baby steps. Baby steps. It's the best I can do. Where should we go today? Let's go raid Wardstone. Let's raid Wardstone. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for helping me through all this difficult story stuff. Fanny, have a good one. Virtue, Ani, Code Rad, it was good to see you. Duck Economics, Kilika, Mr. D-Boy, Simon, Bernitiative. Fal, thanks so much for that resub. Belint, thank you for the biddies. And Turgis, thank you for all those gigantified emotes. Pablo and Not Bimbo Limbo, thank you for the follows. Ani, to the credits. All right. 13. I added you. You're good. All right, everyone. Let's go say hi to Wardstone, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I was just about to say I hope you all had a good weekend, but I took 2 days off streaming in the middle of the week. It wasn't a weekend. Yeah. Hope you all have a good hump day. Hope you have a good rest of your week. I don't know. Whatever. Just be good. Be good. Have a good time. Do something nice. And I'll probably be back tomorrow.